once told me, a lot of my clients say, hey, I'm drinking all the body armor, I'm drinking all the coconut water, but my milk supply is not increasing. Why don't I have a gallon of milk in my refrigerator for my baby? First of all, this shit is actually really nasty. It doesn't taste anything like the fresh one that you get from Starbucks, so I'm not going to do that again. If you like it, if you like the taste of it, drink it. That's what I say. Second, do you need a gallon of milk in the refrigerator for your baby? Well, it depends. If your baby's going to daycare and your baby's away from you and it's going to be an extended amount of time, you're going on a trip, you're traveling, yes. Maybe you do need a lot of milk saved up in the refrigerator, right? And the freezer. But say that you don't, and you're with your baby all the time. What do you need a gallon of milk for? A gallon is a lot. And a lot of these people on TikTok are falsely misleading y'all into thinking that you need to have this supply. And what they're not telling you is that they're pumping a lot. Like way more than we would expect them to pump. They're pumping like 6 to 8 times a day, and they're also feeding their baby 6 to 8 times a day. Okay, that's 12 to 16 milk expressions in a 24-hour period. Yeah, your body thinks you're feeding twins. So, of course, you're going to have a supply like that. But here's the thing. I have asked my clients, in an auntie kind of way, hey, let's talk about it. This body armor and this body armor and this coconut water, this pink drink. Can you explain to me how that is helping your milk supply, or explain to me how that is giving you a robust milk supply, or why you think that is giving someone else a robust milk supply? Okay. Tell me, let's talk about it. How is it that if you drink these drinks, you're getting all the milk in the world? Mind you, if everybody did this, everybody would have abundant milk supply, and I wouldn't be getting any calls. The only calls I'd be getting is calls about mastitis. Okay? So, tell me how it works. I want to hear. And they say, well, if you drink it, it makes you hydrated. And it makes you have a lot of milk, because if you're hydrated, you're going to have a lot of milk if you're well hydrated. And you're going to make a lot of milk, because your milk is made from how much water you drink and how much food you eat. And if you don't eat enough food and you don't drink enough water, then you won't have enough milk. Well, that's true and it's not true. Okay? So the truth of the matter is that no, your milk supply is not produced from your caloric intake or your hydration level. It has something to do with it, but it's definitely not all of it. So if you're well hydrated and well nourished, your body is functioning well. Your body is functioning well, your milk supply is oftentimes going to be okay. It's going to be average, right? There's nothing wrong with being average, but I know some people want to be perfectionists and some people want all the milk, right? That's okay. Some people want a safety net. I get that. I totally get that. But let's talk about the science behind why these things don't work and why they're not going to increase milk supply. Unless you're pumping and feeding your baby and creating the demand that your body needs to know that it needs to create more milk, with those drinks and food, nothing's going to happen unless it's something called a galactagogue, which means it has lactogenic properties, milk-making properties, milk-producing properties, right? These things don't have anything in them that scientifically prove that. So it's very anecdotal, right? There's lots of stories, and that's okay too. But it's important to remember that our milk is actually made from our blood. And so yes, here's the yes and the no. So the yes is, if you're well hydrated and you're well nourished, your blood flow is going to be good. If you're anemic and underhydrated, you may have some problems with your milk supply, right? And it may not be permanent. It may be temporary. It might be permanent if you're dealing with something like huge amounts of blood loss post-birth, or you have Sheehan syndrome, or you have something that would cause this, or you are super, super anemic, right? That's not the case for most people. And so I really want us to start thinking about us as individuals rather than looking at what everyone else is doing and saying, okay, what works for me? And if I'm already well hydrated and well nourished, then why am I not producing as much milk as that person? Well, how much are you feeding and how much are you pumping? So those are the questions you want to ask yourself before you just reach for those drinks. And those drinks are okay if you like them. There's nothing wrong with them. You can drink them, but don't expect that you will have a robust milk supply from just drinking those things alone or just eating certain things alone. That is not ever going to work. It's never going to work because you have to create the demand that your body needs to know, which is through stimulation of the breast and the nipple. So your milk is made from your blood, guys. It's not made from your water intake. That is all I want to say. That's my little PSA, my little public service announcement for you guys. It is really, really based on your milk. Your milk production is really, really based on your blood flow, your blood supply, because your milk is made from your blood. And I want to give a shout out to the La Leche League, because that is where I learned that way long time ago before I was a lactation consultant. And when I was a volunteer, and it made so much sense. And so that's why a lot of the times when people ask me for how to help increase their milk supply, one of my main go-tos, holistic method, no body armor involved unless you want to, acupuncture. I tell people, go try acupuncture, go get a massage, do things that is going to help your blood to circulate well. And if you do those things, then you're probably going to see some increase in your milk supply. That's it.